Good morning, traders. Welcome to Flow with the Markets Wednesday. You know what we're going to be doing, just straight jumping into the market and having a look at what happened on Monday, what happened on Tuesday, and of course, what we can expect today and for the rest of the week. We have some very interesting and very key developments in the market. So, without further ado, let's roll the intro and get into it. All right, so starting with the dollar first, of course, make sure to check out your news. Now, yesterday we did have a lot of news. Today, not that much. Some FOMC members speaking quite late during the trading day. Tomorrow we have unemployment claims paired with a speech, another speech. Very nice. US session could be nice. And then on Friday we have Canada and Australian news. So in terms of news, the week is kind of dying out a little bit, but I do like it. So let's have a look what is happening. So the biggest key right now on the DXY is that we're tapping into a monthly imbalance area. Now, if we are going to reverse from this imbalance area, it could take a lot of time. So again, you can see we still have 22 days until the monthly candle closes, and we just right now tapped into it. So of course, we could start seeing a rejection, but we can also start seeing a potential kind of a consolidation for maybe then March to roll down. But I do believe we are going to see a rejection very soon, and I do believe we're going to start to roll potentially down. Now, I'm just going to delete my overall outlook. I definitely did expect a potential pullback to then take a long into the target, but the market just opened and ramped into the target. So that is also good. It's ideal. So right now, coming into the weekly time frame, what I really want to see from the weekly candle this week is for it to cross this line, because right now there is a weekly imbalance in creation. And again, what will that mean is that we're having a bullish imbalance coming into that monthly zone. So again, I don't necessarily want to have this. So I would very much prefer if the market right now continues with that rejection, turns bearish, and actually crosses below that line on the weekly. Now, if it does not do this, then next week is going to be a little bit tricky. But if it does this, then next week we're going to definitely look for shorts. Now, on the daily time frame, again, last week on Friday, we had this very nice pump. Monday opened, not even a slight pullback. It just pumped higher. Tuesday rejected a little bit, creating this morning, this daily imbalance. That again still suggests that order flow and the momentum is still bullish. However, it could also be manipulation, because what we see right here is an overall range. We get the manipulation into the monthly zone, and right now we can start getting the initiation outside of it, and then potentially to start shifting lower. Now, again, you can see we're starting to have a little reaction from this daily zone. I took a very early loss. So this week so far, I took a very nice win, break even, loss, and then another small loss. Like still kind of warming up a little bit. Now here we're rejecting from this area, and it's very key today to see how the daily candle is going to close, because if it closes very nicely below this imbalance, then that could suggest that bullish order flow is potentially dying, and that maybe the market is going to seek a lower price to go higher, or it's actually going to shift bearish. If we have a very nice bearish candle today, then the day after also another candle, and we actually start forming a very nice imbalance like this, that is going to be very, 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 very key for potential shorts, maybe even on Friday. But again, we still don't have the signs, because again, guys, the market is not just going to tap into that monthly zone and start reversing. It came in, it pulled back yesterday, reading just the order flow. We tapped into the imbalance. It tries to push up. It failed. It shifted. Then, of course, I did take a short yesterday on EU as the DXY was traveling up here. Very nice. And right now we are rolling down, creating a bearish forward imbalance. But what you're going to see right now is that battle between supply and demand. We're having bullish on the daily, we're having bearish on the forage, we're having bearish on the monthly, we're having bullish on the weekly. So right now it's all about giving it time and actually allowing it to show us, okay, where does it want to go and whether the weekly time frame is actually going to hold, right? So currently we're still rejecting from this daily zone, and if you drop to the 50-minute and to the hourly time frame, I don't like it. Like at first, it tapped in, it gave us a little bit of signs it wants to shift. So pretty much I took my long here. I took my short on EU, but DXY was looking like this. Very premature before even Frankfurt opened. Came in, took out the Asian low, and right now it's kind of looking like it wants to reject. I would essentially want to see this structure to break if we want to continue going higher. But currently, as the day progressed, I intentionally waited a little bit more, 45 minutes into London. As the day is progressing, I don't like how it progresses because right now we're just going to be battling, right? Daily bullish, monthly bearish, weekly potential is going to form bullish for next week. Quality time frame is bearish, but it really struggles to continue going lower, or maybe it might initiate a pullback right now to come all the way back up here. A lot of things could happen. So again, not extremely clear. Transferring this onto Euro USD, again, I was expecting a pullback, but it just flushed. And on Monday, I'm pretty sad I didn't trade on Monday because we had just a massive drop and there were plenty of good opportunities. So I do hope some of you guys traded on Monday. I personally did not. And then yesterday we had a little bit of a pullback. I was looking here how the market is going to respond. As we actually, first of all, we had this bearish zone, but then of course just above it we have this bearish zone. The market tapped in, started showing me signs, and then as I saw the market actually shift on the hourly time frame, I traded from this hourly zone. We still had this very nice liquidity area intact right there, and I took a trade somewhere here, right there, for a very nice 1 to 2.1 RR. And right now we are kind of starting to reverse. So again, you can see Euro USD also. Then what the hell is happening with this zone? So let me delete it. Euro USD is also tapping inside this monthly zone. Weekly time frame is still kind of looking a little bit bearish. So again, it's very key to see how the weekly candle is going to close. Hopefully to reject and cross above this line. Although that is a little bit too much to ask from price. Then on the daily time frame, again, similar. This is why I took the short today, because we're having a very nice daily imbalance. And I thought, okay, we might continue rolling down. But right now, as we're coming off from a monthly zone, taking shorts, not very high probability, right? On the hourly time frame, pulled back, tap in, right now rejecting there. You can see on the hourly time frame, there are no imbalances higher. There is a break of structure, but there are no imbalances higher. So what does that tell me is, once again, indecision, not enough momentum. I am not very much interested right now in trading Euro USD. Of course, I am monitoring the hourly time frame, but even the hourly time frame is not good. Like, first it tapped in, it printed this very nice hourly imbalance right here. So this is why I took the short. It went nice, but it ended up hitting stop loss. That's perfectly fine. And right now it came in, but instead of continuing going higher, it's printing another very massive opposite candle. So currently, today, as of right now, I am not interested in the EU. And also being aware that there are absolutely no news today, I would potentially allow for the market to just play out a little bit before I figure out what to do. Still, I am more bearish than bullish right now, just mainly based on this daily zone, because I do believe we could potentially roll down a little bit, but it could also happen tomorrow. So today, slightly bit tricky. I'm mainly going to be monitoring the hourly time frame. If the hourly time frame prints a very nice push lower with imbalances, then I could potentially look to target the low because the daily is still bearish. But if we start chopping around, not good, right? GU slightly bit stronger than EU right now. And in this case, what we had is, like, the first scenario was for the market to pull back into, what is it, into fall imbalance. It did not. But what GU did, which is why I really regret not trading this one, because it fulfilled all the targets we had, is it had this very, very tiny little bit of an imbalance right there formed on Monday. Very tiny, but it offered incredible shorting opportunities. I journaled like probably a very big page of all of this move. We're going to cover it on the Thursday's webinar with the team as well. Very nice shorts. Consolidates at the bottom, and right now it starts pushing higher. What I do like about GU is that we have this hourly imbalance. However, what I also dislike about GU is, if I delete all the relevant stuff, is that we're also right now kind of tapping into a daily imbalance. And what I also dislike is that we did not tap the monthly imbalance here, and we still have some space to the downside. So you can see it's very 50-50. Daily is this, hourly is this, weekly is this, then the hourly time frame is this. It's not very good. But if you ask me today, I would prefer to trade GU, and I would prefer to maybe look for longs on GU. Because we have this hourly imbalances going higher. Price action does look very much cleaner than EU. You can see EU is like, nothing. But GU is actually making a very nicer leg to the upside. Now, the key thing is that I would like for this hourly imbalance to tap, but maybe it will not. So I'm going to be waiting for this hourly candle to close, which it does close in 9 minutes. And then, for example, from here, we have this hourly imbalance. I'm going to wait for that to tap. Then I'm going to potentially drop to the 15, to the 5, to the 1 minute to look for confirmations, because there could be a quick long trade to be taken. But ideally, I do not like it because we're also above the Asian high. We already made a push up that could be fake, and we might start rolling down towards this 4-hourly zone. So again, I'm going to look for extra confirmation from here. And if this level breaks, that is going to build a path towards tapping into the 4-hourly zone. And then from there, we're going to see what is going to happen. So again, guys, nothing that is very, very much eye-catching right now. So again, patience, but focusing on the potential long in the next hour. The other pairs are not very interesting right now for me, like NU, AU, not very nice. Again, NU, AU is still tapping inside this monthly zone, but it tapped it. I think it tapped it even previously. Tapped it in here, reacted, came in again, right now coming in again, reacting. Now, what I like about this one is that there is no daily imbalance going lower. The weekly imbalance was already tapped here and fulfilled its purpose. It pushed into the low, so that is good. And right now, if we start seeing very nice, for example, 4-hourly imbalances higher, shifts of structure, which we already have. There is our first shift of structure that didn't have imbalance, which is not good. But right now, we have a second leg higher that has an imbalance. So that is right now actually interesting, because we're trading again from a monthly zone. 4-hourly time frame is starting to shift. Ideally, you would like to see the daily time frame to start impulsing higher, but I'm starting to see some signs of bullishness because we have 1, 2, 3. So we had a trend change, higher low formed, higher high formed. Good. Right now, this is a high probability long potentially incoming. So let's see. If you wish to trade AU, definitely not a bad pair to be looking at. Just make sure that you have a potential zone of interest to be trading from. Right now, we just push, we pull back, reacting from the middle of nowhere. Ideally, this 4-hourly zone, or maybe then another push higher and continuing to follow it. So AU, not very bad for longs. Similar NU as well. Like NU actually did provide a very nice short here on Monday. We had this 4-hourly zone. The market came in, tapped in, boom, beautiful short. Beautiful. But again, was looking to just observe on Monday. And Monday sometimes good, sometimes not good, 50-50. Now here again, we do have that same monthly zone. I don't want to draw everything again, but just to build the story. Monthly zone, so weekly zone is responding this week, responding from that weekly zone, but failing to continue going lower. Daily time frame, no imbalances lower. That again suggests that there is not enough bearishness to push price lower. Right now, I do not want to see the market to cross below this line, because that is going to prevent a new daily imbalance from forming, which is right there. So essentially, if I wait for today's candle to close like that without crossing this line, tomorrow could be a very interesting long opportunity, because that is a monthly zone with a daily order flow shift. That would be really nice. And you can already see on the 4-hourly time frame, we have a massive expansion higher. Massive expansion higher. There is the most recent 4-hourly imbalance. Again, I don't look much right now at PD ranges. I don't look much at structure, because I'm trying to right now, I'm building case studies a lot and also observing imbalances a lot to see how I can implement them in my plan. And it's actually going out pretty nicely, because it builds a very nice understanding of momentum and order flow. Right now, you can see on the 4-hourly, order flow is bullish. On the daily, there is no bearish order flow, which is good. So essentially, if you're looking to take a trade today, I would look for something like this, but I would much prefer to wait for today's closure so that we have a daily zone to form, and then potentially we can look to take a long on Thursday or on Friday. But for now, this is the setup without crossing this line. Is gold doing something? Let's check it out. So on the daily time frame, nothing much on the daily. We just had this daily zone. The market disregarded it. It's not pushing higher. It's not pushing lower. So immediately when I see this on the daily, I don't want to go forward, because this is not clear. It's not good price action. Now, here is this on Monday. Yeah, on Monday we had this bearish imbalance going lower, again suggesting potential bearish order flow. We pull back, very nice follow through to the downside. Then we consolidated, and then of course from here we left this zone. And the market is right now kind of responding from this zone, but we also have imbalances going higher. Guys, I'm sorry, but again, gold, I just don't like it. I try to look at it a lot of times, mainly for you, because I know a lot of you guys are trading gold. I've never understood it, and I've never kind of built liking towards this pair. It's out of very fast. It looks to me it's very random a lot of times, so I don't like it. But currently, again, just from the daily, I don't want to trade it. It's not giving me absolutely any signs at all. So dropping onto the hourly time frame, you're gonna have situations like this, right? The market goes up, then all of a sudden goes down, and right now it goes up and then could potentially roll down again. So I don't like it. I would personally wait again for clear daily zones and daily trend, because we don't have that yet. We're just chopping around. So again, I'm sorry, but not gonna go forward until the daily starts making sense. Of course, like we do have this imbalance here, and then of course we have this right there. Those are the two zones that the market could potentially respect and provide a long, very short long towards this high. Could potentially be something like to drop right now on the 50-minute and look for an entry. That is the only option, but again, it's not high probability option, taking in mind the overall situation. USD JPY, very nice, however, not very nice. I mean, we had some very nice long bias to potentially target the highs, but the market just opened and pinged out that high, which is our target. And when our target is taken, liquidity is taken, so we're not interested anymore. And it's very good that it happened, because after we took it out, chopped around, took it out again, chopped around, and just yesterday, yep, we had a very nice hourly shift. Again, let's be mindful that the DXY is tapping into a monthly zone that could potentially give us some bearishness. So right now there is first hourly sign of a potential shift in order flow. And what I like about this is that it also shifts structure. Not only order flow, but when order flow and structure shift, that is when you get the highest probability, right? But what I also don't like about this one is that then you go to the daily time frame and you have this daily zone. So again, 50-50. The market is tapping into a daily, all of a sudden tapping into, you can see it came in early in the morning, tapped in, reacted, but failed to follow through. Why? Well, because it's still in a daily. And right now it starts rocketing higher. So again, low probability conditions. I don't like any of the pairs right now. So let's see, is this hourly zone gonna hold, or is the daily going to prevail? And if the daily prevails, then of course this becomes our target, which is the daily high. 50-50, this really depends on the DXY right now. Euro yen and GN, GBP, JPY, I'm not interested, because again, daily time frame did nothing. No, it actually did on Euro yen. Got this daily zone, but then it kind of engulfed it, and right now it's kind of rejecting again. Hourly time frame, it's not nice. Like, it is in a very big low to high range. This is not even a trend change, because we're still bearish. Yeah, we're still bearish. I don't like it. I don't like it. So I'm not looking at EJ. I'm not looking at GJ as well. Like, for example, GJ did not form a daily zone. Bearish consolidation today. It looks like it wants to roll up. The only thing I like about GJ is the weekly imbalance area. Tapped in, rejected. So I would expect upside. And again, if we start having a clear hourly upside, but a confirmed one, like first we had this upside, then go down, consolidated, like with the bearish one, tapped in the bearish one, failed, and right now we are potentially building a bullish one. So if you wait a little bit to clearly see like how this candle is going to close, and then maybe even wait 4 more hours to see if there is going to be an imbalance being formed, only then I can consider GJ. Right now it's tricky, but again, we're still trading from a weekly zone, so I would potentially say that it could go long. But right now, no clear setups. I'm also not going to speak about the indices, because look at them. So not clear on the 4H, not clear on the daily, just chopping around. Hourly time frame, you could force something, but again, you don't want to force something into this price action. So this is SPX. That is also the same with NASDAQ. NASDAQ fulfilled the target. And again, I was telling you guys, if this hourly zone holds, we could push higher. If it doesn't hold, then we can start looking for the market to come all the way back down to like the monthly zones and the weekly zones. But again, it's still doing nothing. Like you can see on the daily, nothing. 3 days right now of a chop. So, and this is the 4th day. So 1, 2, 3 days of a chop. The 4 days developing right now. On the hourly time frame, we are getting, like if I just read the candles, we did have a push, we pulled back, we tried to push higher, we failed. Then essentially this right now becomes weak. So that should be the liquidity, and we have a bearish imbalance to support that idea. But again, we're overall in a consolidation. I don't like it. I don't want to trade it. So again, not clear. DAX, it's right now starting to look a little bit bullish. Like at first, I was looking for bearishness. It actually went down. But then again, I indicated, okay, let's see if it goes down. So this imbalance was already on Friday. Monday massively pushed from it. Good. It formed another one. So I essentially wanted to see this one to hold and continue pushing lower, but it did not. You can see, for example, here, the market engulfed it. So at that time I said, okay, not good. And then we have whole day of a chop. And just right now we're getting a little bit of a bullishness, but there are no hourly imbalances going higher. There is a potential daily in a creation if we do not cross below this line. So I'm looking for today to close. And if it crosses below this line, I'm not going to trade DAX this week at all. Not clear on the indices. US 30 is same, right? We have some expectations, but again, you can see I was either expecting bearishness or bullishness. Nothing. Exactly where we started. We haven't moved much. So again, guys, just don't force it. If it's clear, it's gonna shout to you. If it's not clear, you're just gonna yeah, this, yeah. If you start doing like this, like I am doing right now, just don't trade. Just take a break. Go do something else. Enjoy life, right? So just to recap very quickly, again, I am looking to see how the DXY is going to respond from this daily zone right now, but I'm very mindful we are rejecting from a monthly zone. So again, how long is it going to take for the market to actually start respecting that monthly zone? We do not know. So right now, again, as I see it rejecting, for example, EU could start rejecting lower, but again, you can see it's pretty weak so far. I would like to see hourly strong closes. GU just closed that hourly zone. So this is something that I could look at right now, exactly as I close this analysis. This is something that I could look for right now, but I'm going to tell you again, I do not like it. This is still within that daily zone that is not yet broken. Like this daily candle, it looks like it's breaking the daily zone, but it can just right now whoop, reject, and actually turn bearish. So not high probability. It's in a bearish daily zone and trading a bullish hourly zone, it makes no sense to me, but still I'm going to observe it. If I do take this one, it's going to be with half risk, but most likely I'm not going to take it. And then AU and NU do look like they want to shift nicely bullish. Right now, we're starting to get 4-hourly signs on NU. We're starting to get 4-hourly signs on AU. But let's see how these ones are going to go. Gold, don't like it. UJ, don't like it as well because it has that conflict between the daily and the 4-hourly time frame right now. So we have to see which one is going to prevail. So I'm not going to take a trade when I'm 50-50. And like EJ and GJ, definitely not liking them much, and indices as well. So guys, that's going on so far. Personally, I am still in a win for the week. I slightly regret taking this short this morning because it was just before Frankfurt opened. Could have avoided this one, but that's perfectly fine. Part of the plan because there was a trade that I wanted to take on GU. This trade, where was it? No, it's not this one. Yeah, this one right here. I wanted to take some sort of a long right there. Don't remember. And then to capitalize on this move higher. Not sure how exactly it was. Exactly at the same time, just before Frankfurt open. I skipped it because of time. Then it hit TP, but then you can still, it still went lower. So today I thought EU can potentially push lower a little bit, take out Asian low, and then do something else. But again, it is what it is. So guys, that's from me. Any questions, let me know in the comments. Let me know how is your week going so far. Let me know what you're looking for. But again, overall for me, potentially today, I am just going to be waiting because nothing right now aligns in London. So looking for new candles to potentially guide me about where the market wants to go. Because when it gets choppy like this, low probability. So take a step aside and protect your capital. Talk to you on Saturday. Have a great week and good luck trading.